In this video, I'm going to be going over the top 10 must-have cards right now in NBA 2K25 My Team, because since we got this new Apex drop, there is a lot of cards in here that I do think are must-have cards in everybody's lineup. So just wanted to get an updated video talking about the top 10 cards you guys should all be having or looking to buy and add to your squad. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think are some of the best must-have cards in the game? There's going to be a bunch of different price points in this top 10. There'll be cards like Kalel Ware that are 40k MT, maybe some cards that are 70, 80, 90,000, and then also some budget options as well. Maybe some cards for 10, 15,000, and then maybe some cards for like 400k. We'll talk about that one card here in a second. You guys can probably guess them already. But to talk about the first card here is Pink Diamond Kalel Ware. He is so good at the power forward position, and I know a lot of people, including myself, JC, Ty, I'm sure DBG as well, have been hyping up this card a ton, is because he's so good at the power forward position. 7 foot, can play center power forward, 7'5" wingspan. His player model seriously makes him look like 7'1" or 7'2" in game. He is such a good defensive card. 95 block, Hall of Fame high flying denier, paint patroller, pogo stick, post lockdown, and Hall of Fame rebound chaser. I think he's got a great jump shot, and if you guys are looking for a budget-ish power forward, it's not going to get much better than Kalel Ware. I'd recommend this card to pretty much everybody to put him in your lineup, unless you got the God Squad of power forwards like the Kristapses, the Shaqs, the Kareems, the Chets, the Hakeems. If you don't have those top tier Dark Matters at the power forward spot, I would recommend Kalel Ware. Now, another must-have card from this Apex set is going to be Alex Caruso. This card is ridiculously good. He's basically just a budget version of Gary Payton, and I want to compare this card because I think Caruso is on the same level as a top 3 point guard in the game in this Dark Matter GP. We take a look at the stats. Gary Payton does have some fairly decent better stats, like +6 ball handle, +3 speed with ball, you know, a +4 drive and layup, +10 standing dunk, you know, +5 interior defense. But realistically in game, you're not going to notice most of these stats. Like a 93 ball compared to a 93 doesn't really matter. You take a look at the badges and, you know, what badges does he have? Okay, shifty shooter on Hoff. Sure, that's a little bit better, right, compared to gold. He's got like interceptor, paint patroller, and Hall of Fame. Okay, that's also nice. Like unpluckable, strong handle, handles for days, ankle assassin. I'm not saying that Caruso is as good as Gary Payton. Of course, the card's better, but animations wise, you know, Caruso's got maybe not as good of a jump shot, but I think it's a very solid release, one of the best releases in this game for a point guard, you know, as his caliber of defense. And dribble six wise, same dribble style, moving behind the back. I think Caruso's got the better moving behind the back. The size up, I mean, the PG size up is better than the normal size up. LaMelo escape, Harden escape, I think Harden escape's probably a little bit better. So by no means am I saying Caruso's a better point guard than Gary Payton. I'm just saying if you look at this card as a whole, he's probably a better slasher than Gary Payton as well. So he's a better slasher, not that much worse defensively, almost the same type of jump shot, and he's what, 90,000 MT, 80,000 MT. This card is definitely worth it for his price, and I think is a must-have card right now in my team. Another must-have card is Ricky Davis at the shooting guard position. Again, I know I'm talking about a lot of cards from this Apex set, but all these cards are really worth it. 6'7" at shooting guard, 6'11" wingspan, and if we're talking comparable to a lot of shooting guards in this game, Korver, Jason Richardson, even a Pink Diamond Dr. J, I think he could be considered better than all of those shooting guards because he's such a great slasher, 98 driving dunk, 98 vertical, and he seriously has one of the best jump shots in this game. That Oscar upper is always one of the best uppers in my team. That Seth Curry base is really good this year on very quick timing, and he also does have the best dribble style with the Darius Garland dribble style. If they gave him any sort of better dribble sigs, like a better size up, a better escape, a better behind the back, this card, I mean, he would seriously be a top 2, maybe even the best shooting guard in this game. But unfortunately, they didn't make him that overpowered. But for a buy now price, because he's under 100,000 MT as I'm recording this video, I think he's worth his price. 100% is a must-have shooting guard in this game. Another must-have card from this Apex set, Jared Wallace. I feel like he's slept on, not talked about too much, so you can find him for like 60k MT when I'm recording this video. 6'7" at small forward, 6'10" wingspan. You might think he's a little bit undersized at the small forward position, but this card makes up for it with his incredibly good defense. 94 block, 98 steal, 97 perimeter, 97 interior defense. His tendencies also feel really good in game. His jump shot is absolute knockdown in the catch and shoot. He's got some pretty good dribble sigs like Darius Garland escape, Kobe White behind the back's pretty good, Zion Williamson dribble style is not that horrible. So For a small forward that's mainly going to be there for defense, he also provides you with some really good offense, and I think is a must-have card right now in my team. Now, getting away from the Apex set, going into the Radioactive set, there's definitely 2 or 3 cards that I do want to talk about. Kyle Korver, I think him and Ricky Davis are comparably around the same level and are also around the same price tag. I think for me, I like Ricky Davis more just because I think he's a slightly better defender than Kyle Korver. I think he's got the better jump shot and is also a better slasher as well. So very close comparison. I'm kind of giving you guys 2 options here at the shooting guard position, who you want between a Ricky Davis and a Kyle Korver, but I think both these cards are really good at the shooting guard position. And you guys probably saw there, I kind of showed it for a split second, but Pink Diamond Jonathan Bender, he's another card I have to talk about that I do think is a must-have card and pretty much everybody's lineup. 7 foot at small forward, 7'4" wingspan. I mean, having that height and that wingspan for under 100,000 MT is ridiculously good with that type of jump shot. The Montrezl Harrell base, Trae Young upper on quick timing is a great release, and you can shoot over the top of most defenders at the small forward position. His stats and his badges aren't anything ridiculous, but his animations are top tier in game, and he's 7 foot at the small forward position. But now kind of transitioning into like must-have budget cards, I think Brian Scalabrine, if you guys are looking for a cheap under 10,000 MT small forward, it's not going to get any better than Brian Scalabrine. 6'9" at the 3, 6'10" wingspan. And I wasn't too fond of this jump shot at first. I thought it was maybe a little bit fast and kind of hard to green, but this release absolutely knocked down. It's one of my favorite jump shots in this game now. The more I've been using him, he's a great defensive card. He's a really good slasher, and all around for under 10,000 MT, I think he's one of the best budget cards in my team. Going alongside Tyson Chandler, I mean, this card from the Radioactive set is insanely good for his price tag of only 5,000 MT. If you guys need a really cheap center or really cheap power forward, I think Tyson Chandler is a must-have card. 7 foot, 7'3" wingspan, an elite defensive card, 96 block, 96 interior defense, amazing Hall of Fame defensive badges. Yes, this card only has a 62 3-ball and maybe not the greatest jump shot in this world, but he is still such a good defender. He can hit wide open that you have to respect his jump shot. And I do think he's a considerable must-have card right now in my team. And then the last budget card we have to talk about from the Radioactive set is this Matt Barnes. I mean, this card seriously is like on the same level as a Galaxy Opal J-Rich because his jump shot's better, and he's also better defensively than a lot of other shooting guards in this game. He's got a great player model, 7'6" at shooting guard, 7'9" wingspan, really good Hall of Fame defensive badges. I'm absolutely in love with this Matt Barnes card. I think if you're looking for a budget shooting guard, he is so good for his price tag of, again, under that 10,000 MT price. But I do have to talk about Victor Wembanyama. I still think he's a must-have card in this game, and he's come down quite a bit in price. Like, he's only 450k, and you can find a good badged up one for probably like 500,000 MT. And you're kind of asking, well, all these cards are a lot cheaper. Why is Victor Wembanyama a must-have card? It's just because he's 7'4" at center, 7'8" wingspan. He's got one of the best jump shots in this game for a center card, and he gets some of the glitchiest, broken animations in this game. And if you're coming up against Victor Wembanyama's, you're coming up against these taller centers, you're going to need Wemby to stop the other Wembys and the other tall center. So I think he is still a must-have card in this game. And then kind of just as a bonus slot here, guys, at the end for like the number 11 spot, just as a bonus tip, a bonus must-have card, make sure you guys are grinding for Brandon Roy. It's not that hard to do. Leveling up doesn't take that hard. And if you're playing the game consistently, you'll get this Dark Matter Brandon Roy, who is still one of the best shooting guards in this game. So make sure you guys are doing that if you want a really good free card. But these are going to be my top 10 must-have cards right now in my team. Let me know in the comment section down below. What do you guys think about my top 10? And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.